All right, here's something that might surprise you. Having a finance degree, it doesn't actually mean you're good with money. And the secret to, real financial well-being, it's not buried in some complex textbook theory. Nope, it's found in tiny, almost effortless habits you can start like today. So let's dive right in and break down 8 of these simple habits that are going to build true financial literacy.
Okay, first things first, we've got to get our heads around the core problem here. Because on one hand, you've got someone who's financially educated. You know the type, they can probably calculate compound interest in their sleep, talk all day about market theories. But then, on the other hand, you have someone who is financially literate. Now this person, they might not know all the fancy jargon, but they are actually building wealth day in and day out with simple, practical habits. And that, my friends, is a huge difference.
And honestly, that right there, that's the whole ballgame. It's the crucial point. You can know everything there is to know, but if you don't actually do anything with that knowledge, well, it's totally useless, right? So this whole thing we're doing here, it's all about making that leap from just knowing to actually doing.
So, where do we even begin with all this? Well, believe it or not, it's not with a complicated spreadsheet. It starts with your mindset. The absolute foundation is making sure your money is actually working toward what you truly care about.
Okay, so here's habit number 1, and it's super actionable. It all starts with a really simple exercise. First step, just grab a piece of paper and list your top 5 priorities in life. Seriously, what are they? Is it your health, your family, maybe learning new things, or is it all about financial freedom? Okay, got them? Good. Now for step 2, pull up your bank statement from the last 30 days. And then, then comes the moment of truth. You're gonna look for the disconnect. Like, are you saying your number 1 priority is health, but you're spending a ton on takeout? Or maybe your goal is freedom, but you're blowing cash on fast fashion. See the gap? The final step is just start closing it. Actively start redirecting your money towards the things that you said actually matter to you. All right, so once your mindset is pointed in the right direction, it's time to build some systems. Think of these as routines that basically take willpower right out of the equation. They make your financial progress pretty much automatic.
And the cornerstone of that whole system? It's habit number 2, and it's called the monthly money date. It sounds formal, but it's not. It's just 30 minutes, once a month, that's it. No distractions, just you and your finances.
Now, the agenda for this little money date is incredibly simple. All you're going to do is review last month's spending and then check in on your progress towards your goals. But here's the real game-changing part. You set just one focus for the next 30 days. I'm serious, not 10, just one. Maybe it's something like, I'm going to save an extra $200 this month, or I'm finally going to figure out and cut my subscription costs. Just one thing.
And this is exactly why that single focus is so incredibly powerful. Come on, we've all been there, right? We get super ambitious, we try to overhaul our entire financial life in one weekend, and what happens? We get completely overwhelmed, and then we just quit. A single, small, achievable target, that's how you actually make real, lasting progress.
Okay, habit number 3. This one is arguably the most powerful habit for making all of this totally effortless. And it's one word, automate.
I mean it, automate. Why is this so crucial? Because, let's be real, our willpower is a finite resource. Life happens, right? We get busy, we get tired, and we just forget. Automation is like your financial backup system, always working for you.
Seriously, automate everything you can. It is the single best way to guarantee you're consistent. Think about it. You make the right decision one time, and the system just takes care of it forever. It's building wealth for you quietly in the background of your life.
So you're probably asking, okay, what exactly should I be automating? It's actually the simple stuff, the basics. First, set up an automatic transfer to your savings account for the very same day you get paid. Don't even let the money sit there. Then, automate all your recurring bill payments so you're never late again. Put all those fixed expenses and subscriptions on autopilot. Doing this frees up so much mental space, and it makes sure the important stuff gets done without you ever having to think about it.
All right, so we've got our mindset aligned, we've got our systems in place. Now it's time to kind of shift our perspective a little, because true financial success, it's really not about those quick wins. It's all about playing the long game.
And that brings us right to habit number 4. Start investing. And I mean, start now. It absolutely does not matter if it's a small amount. Seriously, because time is your single greatest asset when it comes to building wealth. Just starting early with whatever you can manage is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, driver of long-term success.
Now, to actually do that, you're going to need to practice habit number 5, which is mastering delayed gratification. But, and this is important, don't think of it as some kind of sacrifice. You got to reframe it in your mind. Every single dollar you save or invest isn't a dollar you're losing today. No way. It's a gift you are giving to your future self. You're literally paying for your future freedom, your future security, and all the options that come with it.
Okay, habit number 6 is, well, it's a tough one. It's something pretty much all of us struggle with. And that's just talking about money. It feels so taboo, right? And the research totally backs this up. One study found that a staggering 62% of people never discuss finances with their family or even their friends. But here's where it gets wild. There's this massive disconnect. Because at the very same time, 2/3 of us, 66%, believe that these exact conversations are the key to achieving financial freedom. Isn't that crazy? We know it's important, but we just don't do it. So look, you've got to start small. Just ask a friend, hey, what budgeting app do you use? The more we talk about this stuff, the less scary it becomes, and trust me, the faster we all learn.
Okay, let's bring this all home now with our final set of habits. These are all about turning knowledge into real, tangible results that actually compound over time.
And this gets to a huge trap. It's the trap of passive learning. We've all done it. We consume a ton of financial content, we watch videos, read articles, we nod along thinking, yeah, that makes sense. And then we just go back to our lives and absolutely nothing changes. Well, the next habit, it's the cure for that. And here it is, habit number 7. Let's just call it the one-day rule. It's simple. Whenever you learn something new about money, whether it's from this explainer, a podcast, whatever, you pick just one thing from it and you implement it that same day. Heard about a high-yield savings account? Go open one online. Learned a cool new budgeting trick? Set it up in your app that evening. This, right here, is how you turn passive information into active progress.
And that brings us to our 8th and final habit. And honestly, this might just be the most important one of all. The best investment you can ever make. It's not in stocks, it's not in property. The best investment is, and always will be, in yourself.
I mean, just think about this super simple equation for a second. Let's say you spend $500 on a course that teaches you a new skill. And that new skill helps you earn an extra $1,000 a year.
Okay, that $500, that is not an expense. That is a 200% return on your investment in the very first year, and it just keeps compounding from there. Every single skill you develop has the potential to increase your earning power for the rest of your life.
So, let's wrap it all up with this. At the end of the day, financial literacy isn't about some one giant scary leap. It's just about a series of small, consistent habits. It's about aligning your spending with what you actually value, building systems that run on autopilot, playing the long game, and of course, investing in yourself. But the most crucial part, you just have to start. So I'll leave you with this question. What is the one small decision you can make today that your future self is going to thank you for?